I almost didn't make this video today because something inside me was telling me not to do it because I was afraid I might look weird. But then I realized that's literally what this video or this topic is about. Imagine leaving your bag or your suitcase purposely in the streets knowing someone might steal it or damage it. I feel like I did that today. What I actually did is I launched a coaching gig online on Fiverr, something with my name on it, something people might buy or ignore. As soon as it went live, someone liked it and I was excited at first, but then all of a sudden panic struck. The doubt started creeping in and I was asking myself things such as, what are my coworkers going to think about me or other people on this platform, or what if nobody buys? For me, this isn't just a gig online. This is me actually saying out loud that I believe I have something worth paying for. And that belief is pretty terrifying to put in front of other people. I'm scared and I never thought that I would actually today put this online on social medias for me to be seen. But I did it anyway. More and more I'm starting to realize that playing it safe has cost me so many years. And to be honest, I'm not willing to pay that price anymore. Life is way too short to sit too long on your dreams. And I realize more and more that people who actually succeed are the people who actually take action. They say the dumbest people can be successful because usually they don't think, they just execute. They have an idea, they just act on it. And I'm a person that loves to overthink things. And sometimes due to fear, but also sometimes just because I want to make sure that everything is correct. But I know deep down that is not the way to succeed at something, because if you keep waiting, procrastinating, perfecting, you're never going to start. And it's ironic because I've been talking about this on YouTube. But I'm realizing more and more that every time you're trying to elevate to a different level, the new things are uncomfortable. Like, I'm pretty much comfortable talking on camera right now, but putting myself out there, like literally marketing myself and my services, is something completely new. And it feels uncomfortable. It feels vulnerable. That's why I started with the analogy at the beginning of the video. Not knowing whether or not this is going to succeed, because this is not my first digital product. And it took me almost a year to actually grieve the fact that didn't go the way I planned. As I say this, I don't even know if I'm going to put this video online, because I've never been this vulnerable before when it comes to content creation. You know, when you start off, you kind of have an idea of what you want. But as time passes by, you evolve, you grow different interests, you start seeing maybe it's time to pivot. And I've been experiencing that for a while, not only with content, but also with my job and the way I have designed my life. Sometimes you gotta put yourself in uncomfortable situations in order for you to grow. It's probably cliche, but this is something I'm experiencing firsthand. If I look back, when I started this channel, it felt so uncomfortable to even turn on a microphone. But after a while, I felt like I had to grow, evolve, and change my things, and change my content, and I decided to get a camera. Actually, I started recording with my phone first. I guess what I'm trying to say is that every new thing feels uncomfortable at first. And then after a while, when you're so used to it, it gets comfortable. And it probably in the same time you feel like it's time to elevate again. And that's the beautiful thing about life, about going on a certain journey. Actually, any type of journey. You're growing as a person, no matter what it is you experience along the way. And one of the ways that keeps you small is that if you choose not to challenge yourself, not to grow. Basically what I'm saying is, I did something I didn't expect myself to do today. Actually, I forgot to say. So what I forgot to say is that the audit comes with an action plan. And it focuses on bigger future plans that are far further away and short-term goals or plans, if you want to call it that. And one of my tasks for short-term was to finish the gig, fill in the live audit, and I already did that, of course, and publish the gig. So I was thinking on postponing it, but then I said to myself, no, you're going to do it today. So that's why I did. Sometimes you just got to push yourself. I was going somewhere with this part of the video, but I totally forgot what it was about. I have no idea how this is going to go. But all I know is that if I don't try, I'll never know. And I guess that's the core message for this video. Sitting and waiting for the perfect time, sitting and waiting to be ready is never going to happen. Don't make the same mistake that I did back in the days. Thinking of beautiful ideas and never executing. Not because I couldn't, but because I was afraid. And I guess that's one of the reasons I'm creating videos on YouTube, because I can't save anybody. I don't want to save anybody. But all I know is that I can teach you things that I've experienced and things that have worked for me or didn't work for me, so you prevent the pain and the regret that I've experienced every once in a while. Well, maybe people buy, maybe people don't. Like I said, I've experienced this before already, so I'm literally kind of not expecting anything, but it's good to put your energy in something and put it out there, even though scary. And maybe coworkers might see it and think I'm weird. I don't care. I mean, if I look at how things is going, I either stay at the job and do nothing, or stay at the job, work on something, and if it hits, then I might leave. Anyway, to finish this video off, I guess I'm saying is that the bag is in the street and I'm not picking it up. I'm here to go through this all the way because it's beautiful to see yourself changing as a person, seeing yourself doing things you never imagined you would ever do. And everybody can make a product, but no matter how nice it is and you can't market yourself, or you don't know how to, or you don't feel comfortable doing so, nobody's going to find your product or your services. So I guess this comes from a limiting belief that maybe I'm not worthy of it. So I guess by talking about it, I'm hoping to kind of take this feeling away or learn how to deal with it. And I think a lot of us deal with this feeling. It's not always comfortable to talk about it. At least that's how I experience it. But just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean that it should be something that stays hidden. I'm here to speak about taboos and things that make people uncomfortable, including myself. But only by experiencing those things we grow and learn. And how amazing is it that I can use those experiences again to create videos. If you made it this far, thank you for your time. And as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.